Hello and welcome to Devendu's podcast. In this episode, we will be talking about a boy called Dhruva, the one who turned into a pole star. So let's get started. Once there lived a king called Uttanapada. King Uttanapada had two queens, Suniti and Suruchi. Queen Suniti was the older queen. She was good, kind, and gentle. She had a little son called Dhruva. Queen Suruchi, the younger queen, was very beautiful but proud. Suruchi too had a son who was called Uttama. Suruchi was determined that her son Uttama should be king when he grew up. But since Dhruva was the older son, he was more likely to be the king. So Suruchi decided to get rid of Suniti and her baby son, Dhruva. Now, Suruchi was the only king's favorite queen. Uttanapada loved her for her beauty and was willing to do anything to make her happy. So, Suruchi made him banish Suniti and Dhruva into the forest, far away from the royal palace. Suniti lived quietly in the forest, bringing up her little son, who soon grew to be a bright, clever boy. One day, when Dhruva was 7, he asked Suniti, "Ma, who is my father?" Suniti smiled sadly. "The great King Uttanapada himself is your father, Dhruva. He lives far away in the royal palace." "I want to meet my father," said Dhruva. "Please, Ma, can I go and visit him in this palace?" Suniti blessed him and let him go. Soon Dhruva reached the king's palace. Dhruva ran up to him and touched his feet. King Uttanapada was sitting in his gardens, admiring the flowers and listening to the birds. "Oh, king, do you recognize me? I am your son, Dhruva." The king was overjoyed. He picked up the little boy and sat him on his lap. Just then, Suruchi appeared, holding her small son Uttama by the hand. She was furious when she realized that the little boy in the king's lap was Dhruva. "You horrible little brat!" she cried. "How dare you come here?" And snatching Dhruva out of the king's arms, she threw him out of the palace. "Never ever come back!" Suruchi screamed at Dhruva. "It is not you, but my son Uttama, who will be king one day. There is no place here for you or your mother." Dhruva went back to his mother in the forest. He was very quiet and thoughtful all day long. Finally, he asked Suniti, "Ma, is there anyone more powerful than the king?" "Yes," said his mother. "Narayan is more powerful than the king." "Where does he live?" asked Dhruva. "Far away in the mountains," answered Suniti. That night, when his mother was asleep, Dhruva left the house and began walking towards the mountains. He walked and he walked and he walked and thought only of Narayan. Narayan is no other than the great god Vishnu, the preserver of the world. Finally, he came to the edge of the northern sky, where he met a sage, Narada, and asked him, "Where can I find Narayan?" "Stay right where you are," answered Narada. "Think only of Narayan and have patience. You will find him." So Dhruva stopped where he was and meditated, thinking only of Narayan. His meditations released such tremendous energies that the earth shook and disturbed the Saptarishis, the 7 sages, who were meditating nearby. They wondered who it could be and who was releasing such energy by the strength of his meditation. "It must be a great king or god," they said, "to have so much power." They were amazed to find that it was only a little boy. The rishis surrounded him and prayed with him as he meditated. Soon, Indra, the king of gods, became worried. What does this little boy want from Narayan? He wondered. Maybe it is my throne in the heavens that he will ask for. So Indra tried to distract Dhruv from his meditation. He took on the form of Suniti, Dhruv's mother, and begged him to come back home. But Dhruv did not hear him. Indra sent all kind of monsters and snakes and evil creatures to scare the boy and make him give up his meditation. But Dhruv stood still and calm, unaware of everything except Narayan. Ultimately, Vishnu himself noticed the boy and felt the strength of his meditation. I must grant him what he wants, said the great god Narayan to himself. Such perseverance and steadiness of purpose must be rewarded. So Narayan came down to the forest and stood before Dhruva. I am here, Dhruva. What is it that you want so much? But Dhruva only smiled when he saw Narayan. So Vishnu turned Dhruva into a little star and placed him high in the sky, above the world and away from all jealousy and evil. He turned the 7 rishis who had protected Dhruva as he prayed into stars as well, and placed him protectively around the little Dhruva star. Even today, when you look up into the sky, you will be able to see a little shining star high above. The little star never moves, for it is Dhruva who never moved from his meditation on Narayan. We call the star the pole star. Children in India still call it Dhruva Tara or Dhruv star. The 7 stars of the 7 rishi can also be seen slowly moving around the pole star. These 7 stars from the constellation known as Saptarishis in India and the Great Bear in other parts of the world. I hope you like this episode. If so, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll meet you in the next episode. Till then, bye.